Welcome to episode 5 of I Saw It on Pinterest. I hope everybody is having a great day. It's Tammy with Frou-frou Studio, and today I'm going to make something that I saw on Pinterest, and unfortunately this is one of the things that you see on Pinterest, and you can't trace it back to its origin. It's just where somebody uploaded a picture. So I cannot give credit to whoever made these originally. So if you're out there, please yell out and say it was me. And if you are watching, thank you very much for the inspiration. So if you are going to craft along, I'm going to tell you a list of what I'm going to be using, and you of course can substitute or change or do whatever you want to. I'm just going to kind of show you what I saw in the picture, my take on what I saw in the picture. So the first thing you're going to need is these little liners. I believe the ones on Pinterest were actually cupcake liners, and I didn't want anything that big. So these are some that I had in my stash that are actually more for like putting candy or nuts or something like that in. They're the smaller ones. You can see when you fold them out. They're about about 2 3/4 or so across. And I think they're a good size for an embellishment for a journal. They won't take up too much room, but yet I think they'll have a good impact. So you'll need some of those. Okay, and then everything else that you'll need is just some kind of embellishment. I made these tiny little envelopes, and they're just coffee dyed paper, and I just cut them whatever width you cut them this way, cut them twice as long, and then I just folded it up like an envelope, and then I used my little corner rounder, the 1/4-inch corner rounder, and rounded that little tip. You could of course leave it square if you wanted to, and then I inked those up and glued them, and so I have these little envelope looking things. Okay, and then the inspiration photo, which I did not print out, but I will put it at the end of the video next to mine so that you can see what I was looking at when I made these. This is just a stamped butterfly that I stamped with a stamp. I fussy cut around it, and then I used a distress crayon with my water pen, and I just kind of added some color in it a little bit, and then I inked the edges. I didn't want a lot of color. I wanted to keep this whole project fairly neutral so I could use it in whatever kind of journal that I wanted to. The next thing you're going to need is some lace scraps, your choice. You're going to need some cheesecloth. You're going to need some kind of little label, and these are, I think, by My Porch Prints. Just some kind of little elongated label or tag. I think it's going to work the best. You're going to need some pictures, and this is from a Tim Holtz a page out of his paper pack. There is it looks like this. It's the smaller ones. There is a full 12 by 12, that has the bigger pictures. And then this is one of the ones that's in the back where it's got 4 6 by 6s. And that's where I cut these from. And I just back them on some cardstock to give them a little more strength and to put a little frame around them. And then I have some scrap paper that I stamped some script on, and I folded it up to look like a letter and inked it so it looks like it's a letter that's been folded. And then I have these little metal flowers that I may or may not use. They're just stickers. I got these at Joann's, but I thought they were kind of different. And then I do have a couple of these little flowers, and I don't know if they're going to work, but we'll see. And then, of course, you're going to need your little wrappers flattened out and then inked up, coffee stained, however you want to do them. I did half of these with a spray, oxide spray, and I used the tumbled glass, and then went over it with vintage photo to bring out the little crinkly lines in the liner. And then I edged them with black soot all the way around because I wanted a black edge instead of a vintage photo as typical. Okay, so that's what we're going to start with, and we're just going to layer these up and make cute little clusters to put in your journal, and I'll do a few of them, and then it'll give you some kind of idea of what the project is and what we have going on. So I'm going to get one of the ones that I did with the, ooh, I like that one. It's good and grungy. With the tumbled glass. And then I'm going to get one that I did that just has coffee. We'll do that one. That just has the coffee with the vintage photo and the black soot. Alright. So, and again, this is my take on this. So, I believe, sorry, I'm trying to unclog my glue here. I believe that you could do, you know, any kind of theme on these. As I was getting everything ready, I thought, I don't know why, but they remind me of something very oceany or beachy. Maybe because it's kind of like a shell. But I thought they'd be real cute with a beach theme. And you could use the cheesecloth for like a net. And then have, you know, some shells or fish or mermaids or, you know, whatever. I thought that would be real cute as well. So I may have to try some of those down the road. So we're just going to kind of layer everything up and put it together. And I really need to clean the tip of my glue. So, and I just jumped right in to the video, and I hope everybody is having a good week so far, and everybody is staying well. So we're going to take the cheesecloth first and lay it on the bottom to kind of create some texture. And then I want to take one of these little envelopes. That one doesn't look like I inked it at all. I'm thinking I may want to put a black edge on that as well. Like I said, I'm using black soot for that. I just wanted to do something kind of different than vintage photo. Not that I don't love my vintage photo, but since these butterflies are stamped in the Stays on Black, I thought that you know, black edges would look kind of cool. So we're gonna do that. Okay, So we've got the envelope, which I'm going to put this way so it's obvious it's an envelope. And I want to put, I think, the letter kind of behind it, like the letter's been opened. And then I want to put, and I'm going to do that in black as well, one of these photos. And I'm going to put this cute little girl right here. She's actually not a girl. She's a young lady, but she's got the cutest face. I'm going to put her on there. And the inspiration photo has larger photos that are kind of like a cameo oval shape. But I went with that because that's what I had. And, you know, for these little videos, I'm trying not to get anything new. I want to use what's in my stash. So that's why I went with what I have. But, of course, anything would work. And then I'm going to put the butterfly on there. And we're, oh, can't forget our sign. I think I want to put it, where do I want to put it? Doesn't, of course, have to show all the way, but I don't, at the same time, I don't want it to cover up the fact that that's an envelope. So we'll just kind of move it around till we can kind of see everything. And then let's see if one of our flowers are going to work. It may or may not. Yeah, that's not bad. Maybe put it like right about there. I'm not going to stick it down. And then I want to put a piece of this is just the little scrap vintage lace that I had. I think I'm going to stick it just kind of like that. So that's what we'll end up with when it's glued down. And I think that's just really cute. So let's get this one glued, and we'll do a couple of them. I'm going to use the top down glue method on this. But since I have everything in place, I'm just going to kind of glue or get a start so things won't move. And I'm wondering, on these butterflies, what I did is I just bent up the middle section so that it gave them a little bit of dimension. Like I said, they're just cardstock. They're pretty heavy cardstock. And I just bent them up, bent the wings up a little bit so that they would stick up. And that's what I'm going to glue down. I'm not going to glue the wings. I'm just going to glue the body. And I'm going to obviously make a mess because I'm sliding everything. I should have used, there we go. Now it's on my fingers. There's nothing better than 3-in-1 glue on your fingers. Wipe that off real quick. Okay. And the reason I'm using 3-in-1 is because there is fabric involved. If not, I would have just used my art glitter glue. And I am going to put glue on the back of this because I don't trust it to stay on there because it just has a little bit of a sticky on there. It's not too terribly sticky. The one good thing about the art or the 3-in-1 glue is you can still move things around a little bit for a while because it doesn't grab quite as quickly as the art glitter glue does. All right, so there's the first one. So that's the general idea, is just, I've got glue strings. It's just to kind of embellish these little things to use in your journal. And I thought they were really cute. You could probably also, if you wanted to, which we'll try on this one, I think what you could do is also make a paper clip that would attach on your page. So let's get this one. Actually, I've got some circles cut out, and I'm thinking that if you put a circle on the back, ow, just smashed my finger. Those are too small. Sorry, I know you can't see me. I've turned around behind. These won't be too big. No, these will work. I don't want to use that one. Let's use this one. We're gonna alter from the original thing just a little bit, because I want to experiment and see if we can't put a paper clip on the back of this. Okay, so I'm gonna clip this onto this circle with the small side facing out, because the small size is what will clip on the page. And then I'm gonna glue this right here on the back of this, like so. Is that gonna work? Let me get my glue book here. Put my pin in my glue. After I took the pin out and got it all unplugged, I didn't even use it, did I? Sometimes I'm a goof. No, a lot of times I'm a goof. Alright, so if we do that, yeah, I like that idea. Let's try it. There's no harm in trying it, right? Okay, so let's take some art glitter glue, put it on the back of the circle. Not art glitter, I'm sorry. That won't work. We need 3-in-1. Erase that. Okay, 3-in-1 on the back. I went to start to make this video and I was like, okay, I got everything ready. And it had been real nice, but I left my phone downstairs. And I film on my phone. So, yeah. That's how this day's going. Alright, so we're going to put that on there and let that dry while we are doing the other side. Okay, so let's see. It's got an envelope. Quickly. And like I said, you could use any kind of theme for this, I think. I think your main thing here is just using the cupcake liners or the candy liners to give it some, you know, a use of something that you may or may not have in your home. And, you know, using them for something else. And you can use whatever kind of embellishments you would like as well. I mean, the idea, and you guys that have been following me know, the idea is texture and layers. That's what you want to accomplish, is texture and layers. So however you get there, you know, is entirely up to you. But it definitely allows your journals to have more interest. The more layers and the more dimension that you add. And you can place these in different places. I'm going to try to do this one just a little bit different than I did the other one. One of the ones that was posted with this had several of these envelopes, and they were, you know, different sizes. They had a 3 that, you know, the biggest one was the size of these, and then they went even smaller. So you could do that if you wanted to. Okay, that one we're going to do like that. Before I glue all that down, it's going to go on the page this way, or is it going to go on the page this way? I think this way. So I'm going to make sure that my paper clip is lined up correctly before I start gluing all this down. That would be not good. And just build up your layers. And tell a story. Tell a story with your pieces. I mean, I try to do that as much as I can, just because that makes it more interesting as well. You know, obviously, you know, this kind of tells the story of somebody sending somebody a letter, probably a love letter with a picture in it. You know, everybody likes a good story. And this probably won't be back in the same order that I had it to begin with, but that's okay. The idea will be similar. Oh, knocked my earring out. Okay. So now we have one that has a little paper clip on the back, and we'll try that out when it dries, but I think that's going to be, I think that's going to work well. All right, let's do one more, and then we are going to do some splatters. Let's find a good one here. I will tell you that the first couple that I did, I made them too flat, and you couldn't see the little creases. And I wonder if you could do, let's do one that has 2 layers. Let's do a coffee and a blue one together. I'm going to kind of crumble this one up a little bit so it kind of stands up on the edges so you can see the blue one on the bottom. Let's see how that works. And you could probably do several of these stacked on top of each other. I'm going to try this. Sprinkle it up a little bit. Of course, you know, if you're going to do this, you're going to have room for some volume in your journal, but you know, it's gonna kind of smush when you put it in your journal. So I think it's gonna be all right. That glue keeps falling over. Okay. So let's do this lady. Get all our pieces over here. I'm not even going to bother to lay this one out. I'm just going to do it. Let's just do it. Yeah, I'm going to use that. So, I just experienced some major technical difficulties and lost part of my video. My phone rang and I didn't realize it, and it cut the video off. So, here we are with the finished pieces, and you really didn't miss a lot. The last two that I made, I actually put a pocket in them by taking two of the pieces or two of the cups. I'll show you here. And I put one on the back, and then I folded one in half and glued it, and then made a pocket like this. And then I stuck my little pieces down in the pocket. And I think that turned out really cute too. And then the only other thing I did after that is I took some black gesso and some silver Van Gogh watercolor. And I did some splatters just to kind of give it another dimension and break it up a little bit. But overall, I'm very happy with the way they look. And I think they'll make cute little embellishments. Let's see which one of these had the paper clip. This one. Let's put this one on a book and see how it looks. So it would look like that, which I think is really cute. It overhangs a little bit, so you could even do, like a dangle or something off. But it kind of works as a page tab too, so I like that because since the picture's right there, it makes it pretty sturdy. So, overall, cute project. I like it. I probably will make them again with some other stuff. When it gets summertime, I would like to try to make some with kind of a beachy or summer theme. I think they would be cute. They'd also be real cute in the spring. To make them kind of look Eastery. You could stuff flowers down in there and maybe put a bunny rabbit here. So we may do some of those too. But overall, good project. And like I said, I wasn't able to trace it back to who did it originally. But whoever it is, I like it. And thank you very much for sharing on Pinterest, because it allowed me to make mine. So, I'm going to wrap this one up. I do want to say hi to Janie. Hi, Janie. She is one of my new customers in my Etsy store, and she has just started her own YouTube channel, and it's called Janie's Journals. So if you get a chance, pop over and give her some love. I know how hard it is when you're first starting and you're trying to get some subbies to watch what you're doing. So if you get a chance, pop over there and give her some encouragement to keep doing what she's doing. And we'll be back on Thursday for Marguerite Miller's challenge. And also, I have a 5-item trade with Amy at Crafty Cat, and I'll be filming that this weekend as well. So I got her envelope today, and so I'm excited to see what she's put in there for me to work with. So we'll do that this weekend as well. Until then, be safe, be healthy, and we'll see you soon.